On July 15, 1975, neighbors at Zeistrasse 74 in Hamburg's Attensen district, Germany, reported smoke coming from an attic apartment. When firefighters went in, they found a partially decomposed female torso in a plastic bag, and what followed was a full police search. The man who lived there had murdered 4 women and hidden their dismembered bodies in the attic and walls for years. Between 1970 and 1975, Fritz Honka brought home 4 women, mostly older sex workers from Hamburg's red light district. What's bizarre is he specifically looked for women without teeth, fearing mutilation during oral sex. He offered them alcohol and sex, then strangled them in fits of rage, sometimes after being mocked about his sexual fears, other times over theft or lack of passion. Honka dismembered their bodies with cutting tools, including a foxtail saw, and hid the remains behind attic panels and inside the apartment walls, then masked the stench with pine-scented air fresheners. Despite repeated complaints about the smell, and even a 1972 report from Ruth Duffner, who escaped after he tried to force her into sex, police dismissed it all and he was only fined. When he returned from his night shift on July 15th, police had already discovered the decomposed remains of 3 women. The 4th victim, Gertrude Brauer, killed in 1970, was later linked through partial remains and Honka's confession. He confessed to the murders during his arrest, but withdrew the statement months later, claiming memory loss, and in 1976, he was sentenced to 15 years in a psychiatric facility instead of prison. He was released in 1993 under the name Peter Jensen, and died 5 years later in a nursing home. Honka never said whether there were more victims, and no one ever found out.